today I have for you a spectacular Black Forest cake that is sure to make every occasion a celebration. And I'm pleased to show you my adaptation of this famous cake from Germany. The first thing that you always have to do before you begin baking a cake is to prepare the cake tin. I have two 8-inch pans over here, and this has been greased with melted butter, and the base has been lined with baking parchment or butter paper. Let's start by bringing the dry ingredients together. This is about 200 grams, 1.5 cups of plain flour, and I'm going to put this into my sieve. 50 grams, 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. About 4 tablespoons, 30 grams of powdered sugar. 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And a teaspoon of baking soda or soda bicarbonate. Let's sieve this together. Into the dry ingredients, I'm going to be adding in some wet ingredients. So in goes 1 can of condensed milk. This is about 150 ml, a little less than 3/4 of a cup of melted butter. 1 cup 250 ml water. And a tablespoon of vanilla extract. Before I turn on the hand blender, I'm just going to move this around so that the flour doesn't fly all over. I think we are good to go. Just 2 or 3 minutes should be enough. Make sure you do not overbeat the batter, as this will lead to a less softer cake. As a final step to finishing the cake batter, I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of hot water, and this will help to make the cake very soft. And then I just need to mix it all up together. That's it. I'm going to divide the batter and try to distribute them equally into these 2 pans over here. If you have only 1 pan, then you can make a single cake and then slice it up later. My oven has been heating at about 150 degrees centigrade, and I'm going to put these 2 pans into my oven and bake for about 25 to 30 minutes. Let's put this into the oven. While the cakes bake in the oven, let's prepare some cherry syrup. To make this, I'm going to put in about 1 cup of pitted cherries into this pan. About 4 to 5 tablespoons of sugar and 175 ml, 3/4 of a cup of water. Let's cook all this together. You need to keep stirring this until the sugar melts. If your cherries are soft, then boil them in the sugar syrup for about 2 to 3 minutes. And if your cherries are firm, then you need to cook it for a little longer until the cherries turn soft. The cherry syrup is cooked, and I'm going to allow the cherry syrup to cool down. And while it cools, let me get the cakes out of the oven and whip some cream for the cake. The cakes are out of the oven, and let us check if they are done. I'm going to insert a skewer into the center of the cake. The cake is perfectly cooked. Let's check the other cake as well. And this one is also perfectly baked. The cakes need to cool in the tin for about 3 to 4 minutes, and then you need to invert the cake onto a rack and allow them to cool down nicely. Time to whip the cream. This bowl and the beater has been chilling in my freezer, and I'm going to be whipping the cream now. You need about 2 to 3 cups of cream. Whipping cream is available in specialty stores, and if you're a vegan, you can use soy cream, which is easily available these days. I'm going to beat this cream until soft peaks form. Let us check. And the soft peaks have already formed. I'm going to use some of this cream to fill the center of the cake, and I'm going to beat the rest of the cream into stiff peaks to ice the cake. Before we proceed with icing the cake, let's strain the cherry syrup. And now is the best part. Time to ice the cake. I'm going to take 1/2 of the cake and place it over a turntable. And then I'm going to prick the cake all over. This helps to absorb the syrup into the cake. I'm going to pour some syrup into the cake. This will not only moisten the cake but also add a lot of flavor and depth to the finished dessert. I'm going to put some softly whipped cream and spread it over the top of the cake. Okay. Over the cream, I'm going to put in the reserved cherries. I'm going to prick this cake as well, and this will make it easier for the cherry syrup to seep into the cake. I'm going to level both the cakes by pressing the sides with a palette knife while rotating the table at the same time. The next step is to whip the remaining cream into stiff peaks, but you need to make sure that your bowl is cold. And it's done. I'm going to put this beautifully whipped cream over the cake. Let's remove the excess cream by rotating the table. The Black Forest cake is pretty forgiving when it comes to icing the cake, and it's quite easy to ice it. I'm not bothered about giving a smooth finish to the cake since I'm going to be covering it up with some chocolate curls. Let me show you how to make a chocolate curl. To make chocolate curls, you need to take a bar of cooking chocolate and a peeler and slice it up like this. If your chocolate starts to melt like how mine is right now, you need to put it in the refrigerator, and that way it gives you nice curls. I've already made some chocolate curls. Let me get them in here. I'm going to cover the sides of the cake with some chocolate curls. I'm going to pipe some pretty flowers over the edges of the cake. And now for some chocolate curls in the center of the cake. And the cherry on the cake is literally the cherry on the cake. This cake was a star attraction at my husband's birthday party. The combination of cherries and chocolate create magic in this cake. Do make it and let me know how you liked it. And don't forget to subscribe to Rajshri Food.